Hey everybody, welcome to Expert Talk. As you know, I'm Tigo. And yeah, this set is a little bit different. I'm actually filming this right in my home office because, as most of you know, we've been told to stay home. Aha. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I wanted to step in real quick and let you know that the upcoming episode was filmed a few weeks before everything went a little crazy, and it's all about, you guessed it, Las Vegas entertainment and Las Vegas events, which are not going on right now. But that's not going to stop us because we'll be back. Vegas will be back stronger than ever, and I know it. And I also wanted to talk to you about the show. We are going to continue our show. It will continue airing every Saturday, and we will continue doing interviews. We'll just have to do them a little bit different. Thank goodness for video, and thank goodness for things like live streaming. We're going to be doing our interviews via, things like Zoom and Skype and who knows, Facebook Live, but we will continue to do our interviews. So if you're interested in being a guest, inbox us and we will definitely connect with you. There should be a link going by somewhere around here letting you know how you can connect with us to be a guest. Also, we're going to work on some projects to help our entertainment friends because even though I was born in Gary, Indiana, and I was raised in the south side of Chicago, I've been in Las Vegas for almost 26 years, and this is my home. I know a lot of entertainers. I know a lot of people that work in this town, and this is my family. And we're all just kind of sitting at home right now. And we're going to miss our fans. We're going to miss our friends. So thanks to digital technology and super geeks like me, we're going to connect them. We're going to connect y'all. So stay tuned because we're going to do some watch parties. We're going to do some virtual live events. We're going to do some interviews with some of your favorite Las Vegas entertainers and keep it connected. Keep it going. So when they hit those live stages, you guys will know exactly when that'll happen. So stay tuned. Stay with us. We love you. And the show will continue in just a minute. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome to Expert Talk. I'm Tigo, and today we're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to talk about some beautiful rooms, and we're going to unveil a secret. So sit right there, and we'll be right back. Hey Yvette, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, of course. I mean, you are the expert when it comes to making a room beautiful.
That's what I love to do.
I have been in a room where it's been 4 blank walls, cement.
And we could make it amazing.
And I come back literally 24, maybe, if you sometimes get a blessing and they give you 3 days.
Right.
And it looks
That's a blessing.
like that.
Yeah. Most of the time we have about 8 hours. That's normal.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you guys have to stick around and take all that stuff back down again.
Everything. And everything's got to be folded and put away.
Now, you're called Dress My Walls.
Yes.
Okay, but you do way more than dressing a wall.
Yes, we do centerpieces, we do linen, chair covers, props, signage, anything that is needed.
Okay, so if somebody has a dream idea of what they want, are they restricted in colors? That are restricted in design, sizes? Does it matter if they're a little wedding or a major corporate event? Can you do any of it?
All of it. And I always tell people when it comes to colors, when you buy a box of the Crayola box, all those colors, those are all the colors you got to choose from. So you can play with color.
Now, you and I don't pretend. You guys know I don't pretend like I don't know people. This woman is basically family. You have been there for us. I have called you at the 15th hour and said, Yvette, help, I don't know what to do. Because y'all don't even let me dress myself by myself. I'm not good at this. You are amazing. I have talked to you on the phone, and you're running to LA because something is happening the next day, and you need
do a turnaround.
Yeah,
Drive
and
in
it's
and drive out.
nothing. And it's nothing to you.
You know, when you love what you do, it comes easy, and that's what comes easy to me. Anything else is a challenge.
So, you can do the flowers. You can. So if someone comes to you, it's a wedding or something like that, or a bar mitzvah or an anniversary. They come to you. They sit down. They have a consultation. Is that how it works?
You know, sometimes it does. You know, some brides do that, but a lot of times it's so fast. I mean, like, I'm getting ready to do on Sunday a 18th birthday. I just landed that today. Did the proposal this morning. She called me, and when I leave here, I'm going to go meet her, and it's for Sunday setup.
Wow.
Yeah. So sometimes it's fast. You just got to be on it. They tell you what it is, and I've been very lucky that they let me run with it. Some of my clients, they know what they want, and I know what they want, so it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And other times they're like, okay, well, I want everything all white, so I know what to do from there. You know, it just goes.
So what happens when they don't know? Because, I mean, there's
Then
been
I
many a
tell
time.
them what they want.
Okay. Because there's been many a times I've come to you and said, I want this, but I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah,
and you say, this is what that looks like.
Yeah, you know, you just come up with it when you're given what it's for. May it be for a memorial, may it be for a wedding, whatever it is, you come up with it instantly. Because, you know, when you have a warehouse that's full of stuff, tons of inventory, there's not a ballroom that I can't drape.
And you have a warehouse that's full of inventory.
Yeah.
But you do events outside of Vegas?
Yes, I do.
So you guys will travel?
Absolutely.
Now, what if somebody wanted you to be a consultant?
Absolutely, I've done that too.
You'll come to New York or LA or wherever and be a consultant for their
Just did
event
one
as well.
in Puerto Rico. At the Four Seasons, just came in for John Deere.
She didn't take me. I didn't go.
5 days on the beach.
Ooh, see, I didn't go.
It was wonderful.
But tell me this. I'm very creative when it comes to computer stuff.
Right.
I can create shows. I can do all that. I cannot look at a blank room and visualize all the way down to the placement card. But you can.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
You didn't just wake up one day and you could do it, did you?
You know, I've always loved to do this. This wasn't what I used to do before I started this. I used to be a legal secretary. But I would always do all my friends' parties for fun. I would, let me do your wedding. Let me do your birthday. And I did it just for fun, never charged, until I moved out here and went to work for an event company, and it started from there.
So you're a living testament to doing what you really are passionate about and figuring out how to make money from it.
You know, and it was funny because when I moved out here from LA, I was at the point, I stayed at home with my daughter for the first 3 years, and then it was like, okay, it's time to go back to work now. We ran out of money. We got to go back. And I remember seeing Oprah's show, and because I was trying to decide what I wanted to do, because I had gone and applied to some of the law firms out here. And when they told me what I was going to make, I was like, well, that must be for a part-time. I'm bilingual, speak and read it and write it.
Right.
You know, because of how much I made before. So that was hard. And it's so funny because I was like, okay, I'm watching this show. And Oprah said something. She says, what is it what you're willing to do that you do for free? You know, when you get to that past 30 years old, what do you want? What's your passion? And I was like, parties. And it was so funny because I ended up doing a friend of mine's wedding that she was coming out here from LA. And I did her wedding, and her husband, and now husband, I had a best friend that owned an event company. I did her whole party, and he walks in and he says, wait a minute, what company did you hire? I got a company. He says, nah, Johnny's friend did it.
Wow.
And he came over and introduced himself to me, and he said, who do you work for? And I'm like, looking for a job.
And that's how you started.
That's how I started.
So if somebody's watching, because that's what the show's all about, is experts sharing their expertise. If somebody's watching and they want to get started on a business like this, or just working for a business like this, how do you start?
I think you basically, here in Vegas, it's who you know. I mean, it's easy to get in. There's a lot of, you got to start at the bottom. I started with that company. I was talking mess about what I was going to make. I went to work for minimum wage back in the day.
Wow.
Horrible. But he taught me so much. I was loading trucks, unloading. He taught me how to drive a big truck, a little truck, setting up and down on the ladder. So you start there, the setups, the tear downs. And if you get past that and you start seeing it start coming together, it flows. If it's in you, it's going to flow. It comes out.
How important are connections? Because if you're doing a wedding and you're doing the design, are you also connected with the baker that's doing the cake? Are you connected with
absolutely
everyone else that's a part of that event?
Yes.
Do you all know each other?
Yes. Here in Vegas, it's a small town and everybody knows everybody. I've been doing this for so long. I've been in this business for 25 years now. So I know a lot of people in this business, this is now my second company. And everybody knows everybody. So it's a small town.
Is that important to survive?
Very important.
Okay.
You gotta, build relationships. That's all it's about. Because believe it or not, when you work in one of the hotels and the coordinators you work with, they leave those jobs and go to another hotel. Now guess what? They take you with them. So I've traveled through every hotel, sometimes following one person. So it's interesting.
Now, when somebody immediately sees something like that, the first thing they'll say is, "Oh, is she an event planner?" They don't understand what an event planner does, what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how would I describe what it is that you do?
I do the planning. I also do the decor. A lot of times in the event industry, you have to do a little bit of everything because you never know what the client is going to need. A lot of event companies now, I remember before, if you want to drape, you call the drape company. If you call linen, you call the linen company. Now, a lot of the companies are doing a little bit of everything. Sometimes they shouldn't get in every lane, because you want to stay where you're really, really good. It's the drapes. I can do everything else, but the drapes, because there's nobody that has the quantity and the quality of drapes that I have. My drapes are very different from everybody else. Everybody does the pocket drapes. Mine are completely pleated. You never see a bow. Very different.
That's why I dress my walls.
Yeah. And I can go up to 25 feet up in the air with my drapes. That's all tall. It's easy.
That's amazing. So if somebody wanted to start Dress My Walls Chicago, would you consider that? Would you?
Everything is always a possibility, yes.
That is awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, we're just getting started with the show. We just started this a few weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So
thank you, honey. And you have so much knowledge. And you and I have been talking about for years figuring out a way to do a virtual version of you. And now we have the vehicle to do it.
Okay.
So all I got to do now is get you regularly on the camera.
Okay, I'm getting better at it.
Getting better at it. You guys don't know, but getting her here is a miracle in itself. Okay.
I'm good at doing the event. I can do amazing things. Put me in front of a camera. Just changes the whole thing.
Yeah, make me design a room.
Yeah, I could do
You'd
that.
be out of business if you had me do your room. You notice my room is gray and black.
Right.
Yeah, there's not a piece of color in here. But anyway, I thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
We are going to have so much fun.
Yes.
We love you. You know we do.
Love you back, and I'm so proud and happy
Thank
for you.
If you guys have a special event coming up, birthdays, anniversaries, corporate events, weddings, Yvette is who you want to call. Dress My Walls. The number's been flashing back and forth. Get in touch. You guys know who I am. I'm Tigo. Sit right there. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Here's 4 reasons your business needs to go mobile today. 1. If your site or mobile app is hard to use on a mobile device, you'll drive your customers to your competitors. 61% of people said that they'd quickly move on to another site if they don't find what they're looking for right away. If they don't like what they do find, 79% will look elsewhere. 2. Having a mobile-friendly site can boost your business. 74% of people say that they're more likely to return to a mobile-friendly site in the future. 3. You may not get a second chance. First impressions are powerful and lasting. 46% of people won't return to a website they'd had trouble accessing on a phone, and 57% won't recommend it. 4. Good mobile experiences can drive revenue. 67% of mobile users say that they're more likely to buy a product or use a service offered by a mobile-friendly experience. Create a mobile app and mobile website today and gain an edge over your competition.
Hey, Eddie,
Hey, Theresa.
did you notice what's over your left shoulder?
I did.
I did too. It's time
can
for
I do
the
the-
world to do the Vanna White and unveil.
It's cool though, isn't it?
It
It's
is
so
very
cool.
cool.
I love
It
it.
is very
I love
cool. You and I, you may not know this, but Eddie and I have been talking about this show for almost a year.
Has it
We've
been a
been
year?
talking about
Yeah.
this, about 8
Yeah.
months or
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
And it's about that time.
Yeah.
It is about time
And I'm
for the playground.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
the players play.
The playground, where the players come to play. Come on down. Where the players play, exactly.
So we're about to unveil your podcast show,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all about you and your friends, and we're finally going to give a platform for musicians to be musicians. Come
Yes.
share their stories,
Yes, looking forward to it.
do a little teaching, do a
Yes.
little playing,
Yes, having a lot of fun.
having a lot of
a
fun.
lot of fun. Yeah.
So let's back up a little bit, because I'm sure there's somebody out there in the markets
Mhm.
that may not know who you are and where you come from. You are an amazing musician. Let's start there.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
And of course, we got to admit that you came from a band called Switch.
Yes, Motown recording artist.
Motown recording artists.
Yes.
What made you start?
Actually, when I went to my first piano lesson, I didn't know where I was going. My stepfather picked me up and put me in the car, and next thing I know, we were at my first piano lesson. And this is back in the day when you did not say no to any parental authority.
Yeah, seen and not
So,
heard.
There you go. There you
Okay.
go. So I'm there at my first piano lesson, and the rest is history, as they say.
So if he had taken you to a tuba lesson, we'd have had a whole nother conversation.
Pretty much.
You'd be
pretty
an
much.
accountant right now or something.
I don't know. I'd be a very good tuba player, I'll tell you that. Yes, and it's funny that you mentioned tuba, because when we're kind of jumping ahead here, but the tuba was my introduction to learning how to play trombone.
Really?
So it's funny that you mentioned that.
I had
and
no idea.
I mean the big.
And we spent
tuba.
hours talking. You never
Yes.
mentioned. He's
Yes.
holding out on me.
She never asked. No.
See, okay, here we go. Here we go. But now you're ready to actually host. You're about to host. Has that sunk in yet?
No, and you talk about being ready. I don't know that I'm ready yet, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it.
I am
Let's
so
do
proud
this.
of you.
Thank you.
I am so
Thank you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Because this show is all about real musicians.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
about real artists.
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
are going to sit down and tell your stories.
Yes.
I can't wait to be a fly on the wall. You know?
And in some of those cases, I can't either. I can't wait to talk to a lot of these people and hear their stories and all that. And some of them, we work together, but as far as like going in depth on this story, I don't know that. So it's going to be a learning experience for me as well.
I mean, just to, I'm not a musician.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a singer. As a matter of fact, it's my sister-in-law's birthday today.
Happy
I
birthday.
literally said happy birthday and followed that with I would sing, but it wouldn't be your birthday anymore. You don't want me to go there. I'm just saying that's not my end. But I have a lot of friends and a lot of people I know that are in your industry, and I just think it's a ding dang shame that
I
those
like that. I'm going to
stories.
use that ding dang. I'm
Please.
going to use a ding dang shame.
There
I
you
like
go.
That. I'm sorry.
That your stories are not told. You guys have been to the biggest places, the biggest arenas. You musicians are everywhere. And you pointed out in one of our long meetings that we hang out and don't get nothing else done because we start talking.
It's
that-
fun being with her.
It's fun.
It's
We just
This
sit
is so
here
much fun.
and we're like, the
Yeah.
cameras don't even get unpacked.
That's
we're like,
right. That's
we're
right.
not filming
Well, we're not
today.
doing anything. With that.
Because we sit here and talk. But you pointed out that usually the band members aren't even acknowledged except for at the end of the set, during the show, they say, and on keys,
Right.
and on drums.
Right.
But those band members have played behind some of the biggest acts in the world, and if they weren't there, that would be a really boring show.
It would be. It would be.
You know? It would be like,
be.
I went and saw Prince. It was Prince running from every instrument because there was nobody else there. That would be really interesting to think about if there were no musicians, you know, even with this technology. You know, you gotta have, you know, computers, yeah, you can make music. You want to call it that.
That's another show.
Yeah, that's another show. It's another debate.
There you go.
You know, we can bring in the millennials
Right.
and we can see now I'm gonna get hate mail. But
We haven't even started yet. We're gonna get hate mail.
we're gonna get hate mail. But to sit down and share those stories, you know, have somebody who was a bass player for Gladys Knight, or maybe get Foots who played with Gladys for God knows how long, and be able to tell those touring stories of, you know, being in this place, being in that place. Because you guys sometimes don't even know where you're going until the last minute.
No.
You get a phone call almost like we did in the military. You know, you got a hot and cold bag. Let's go.
And in some of those instances, you ask yourself, how did I get here? How did I get here? And I do that a lot. No matter what the project is, like, what was the path that got me here? Yeah. And it's usually like a whole bunch of other musicians that you kind of come up the ranks to get to where you are. Yeah. So.
And then, you know, the same thing goes for a songwriter or a composer, you know, being able to fix that song. Right. Because you got the beginning, you got the end. How do you seam those two things together? It's not flowing right. And if somebody plays a riff or something, I'm not a musician, but they play something and you go, yeah, that's it.
Right.
You know?
And that's usually how it happens.
Yeah,
that's
I've been in a restaurant and somebody's tapped something with a spoon and they said, do that again. And they're like, what? What did I just do? And it's because it filled in the gap for them.
Exactly.
On a song they were working on, you know? And they got a show idea. Nobody talks about that, and there's so many musicians out there, or wannabe musicians. They're playing in their garage band.
That's right.
Or they're playing on garage band. See how I tied those two things together? You see that?
That was good. That was good.
I'm trying. As a computer.
She's a musician, but she doesn't know it. But we're going to bring that out of her.
Yeah. Yes. We don't want that. We want you to actually have people watch your show. They ain't gonna watch if I do that.
No, they're gonna tune in to see if you do.
Oh, no.
All the more reason.
I'll play the spoons in the back on the corner.
We got some good spoon players out there too.
There you go. But, you know, to be able to send that kind of information out, to be able to sit down with a musician, I mean, imagine that, and have them be able to tell their story as they're playing and just stop and tell when they played that particular sequence. The first time. The last time. Why they played it. Where it came from. It's so educational to somebody who's a fan. You know, I didn't know that. Oh my God, that's where that came from? You know? It's so educational to somebody who's learning.
True.
You know, because I know YouTube's out there. Y'all go and search how to play the piano. And you sit there and play it. But this man has played. Okay? And these people have played. On the playground. On the playground. Where the players play.
That's right. That's right. Players.
Players.
That's right.
Not players.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Players. we can get into that later. But
another show.
Yeah, another show. But this is what it's about. And it's not just R&B, it's not just jazz, it's not just rock. You're going to go across the gamut.
It's all encompassing, so, you know.
Do you believe music speaks in every language?
I do. Okay. I'm learning some things, like what we may consider weird in this country, some of the music that's played in other countries, really, really interesting. And you have to really allow yourself to get into that, you know, and that's always interesting. Music from other cultures is always that's always an adventure. We were just talking about music from India the other day. And again, another show, but, you know.
Will you interview people from other cultures, other countries?
Here's hoping. That's the plan. Yes, that's definitely the plan.
That would be amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. We don't want it just to be just what we're used to. I mean, that's what it's about. It's about learning other things.
Will you teach piano as well?
I do teach piano currently, and I hope to do that on the show as well.
That would be fun.
And also bring along some other teachers as well. You know, not only on keyboards or whatever, but as far as like whatever their instrument is. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be definitely interesting, that's for sure.
I'm excited, man. We've been talking about this for so long, and it's just time.
So am I.
And,
I'm looking forward to it.
it's time for the musicians to come on, and we're going to have some jam sessions and the music that's going to come out of it. And, you know, I know one subject I hope you touch on, and I think I got the terminology right because I'm not a musician, but sampling, is that right?
Yes.
I want to know you guys' opinion about it, how you feel about it.
Yes, we're hoping to cover all that. That's a really interesting subject though too, and we'll definitely get into all that as well.
Will you talk to new musicians, the young
New,
cats that are
old, young, you know, current, whatever. You know, if you know anything about music or even the slightest bit, we're going to get all into it. People such as yourself, people that are behind the camera. You know, we're talking like all-encompassing, not only music but the whole entertainment world. It's a world. It's its own little world there.
So, the playground with Eddie Fluellen.
Where the players come to play.
Where the players play.
That's
I
right.
am so
Where the
excited.
Players play.
I am so excited, brother. It is so time
Thank you
for
so
this to
much.
come out. You guys look for the playground. We will announce when it comes out. And I just wanted to spend a few minutes with my brother.
Thank you.
And say it's time.
My sister.
And we about to launch this show. So, I'm Tigo. Y'all know what time it is. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.